Hello everyone, and welcome to another thrilling video by Simply Learn. In this video, we're presenting the top 10 computer breaches in history. But before we dive in, if you're new here and haven't subscribed yet, be sure to click on the subscribe button and the bell icon for intriguing tech content every day. Let's explore what we have at number 10. On April 27, 2007, Estonia, the European country, faced a prolonged series of cyber attacks. These attacks, lasting for weeks, occurred when the Estonian government decided to relocate the bronze soldier from Tallinn center to a less prominent military cemetery on the city's outskirts. Unprecedented levels of internet traffic led to the disruption of Estonian banks, online services, media outlets, broadcasters, and government bodies. Botnets unleashed massive waves of spam and extensive automated online requests. According to researchers, the public encountered DDoS attacks, and there were conflicts in editing the English language version of the Bronze Soldier's Wikipedia page. While there's no confirmed attribution, Russia is believed to be behind these cyber attacks, which significantly debilitated Estonian society. Now let's move on to the next incident. On December 23, 2015, several regions in Ukraine experienced a power outage, and this was no ordinary blackout. It was the outcome of a cyber attack. The information systems of 3 energy distribution companies in Ukraine were compromised in the first known successful cyber attack on a power grid. Hackers reportedly deployed phishing emails to the power companies. In the next incident, 30 substations were deliberately switched off, leaving approximately 230,000 people in the dark for 1 to 6 hours. US investigators attributed this power outage to hackers based in Russia. Experts have issued warnings that other countries might also be susceptible to similar attacks. Now, let's delve into the 8th position on our list. In the year 1999, a cyber attack led to a 21-day shutdown of NASA computers, an astonishing occurrence. The perpetrator behind this hack was none other than the then 15-year-old Jonathan James. He initially breached the computers of the US Department of Defense Division, implanting a backdoor on its servers. This allowed him to intercept over 1,000 government emails, including those containing usernames and passwords. James utilized this information to steal a piece of NASA software and compromise the computers supporting the International Space Station. The repercussions of this hack cost the Space Exploration Agency a staggering $41,000, as systems remained offline for 3 weeks. James holds the distinction of being the first person to execute a computer hack against the American Space Agency. Now, let's move on to the following cyber attack. In late November 2014, a breach of confidential data occurred at the film studio of Sony Pictures. Information pertaining to Sony Pictures employees, their emails, unreleased Sony films, future projects, and other critical data were exposed. The mastermind behind this cyber attack was a hacker group known as the Guardians of Peace. The motives behind the cyber attack were clear. The hackers demanded that Sony withdraw its then upcoming movie, The Interview. This comedy featured a storyline involving the assassination of the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un. In response to the threats against cinemas screening the movie, Sony decided to cancel its theatrical release. Tracing the roots of a cyber attack can be challenging, but US intelligence officials theorized that the attack was somehow linked to the North Korean government. However, North Korea denied any involvement. Moving on to our 6th entry. In December 2006, TJX, a US retail company, discovered that 45.6 million debit and credit card details were stolen from one of its systems over 18 months by an unknown number of intruders. This marked one of the largest ever cyber attacks involving the theft of personal data. As a consequence, banks in the affected regions had to reissue and block thousands of payment cards. The mastermind behind this breach was Albert Gonzalez, leading a group of hackers from Miami, the suspected origin of the TJX heist. Reports indicated that the TJX data breach occurred due to weak web encryption at 2 of its Marshall stores in Miami. Now let's move on to our top 5. In the year 2010, the discovery of the Stuxnet computer worm marked a significant event. Unlike typical cyber attacks, Stuxnet had a unique motive. It aimed to destroy the equipment controlled by computers. With the deadly purpose of damaging Iran's nuclear infrastructure, Stuxnet infected over 200,000 computers, including 14 industrial sites and a uranium enrichment plant in Iran. Stuxnet, initially spreading through Microsoft Windows, specifically targeted Siemens industrial control systems. Although its discovery occurred in 2010, it is believed to have silently sabotaged Iran's nuclear facilities earlier. As one of the first identified malware capable of disrupting hardware systems, Stuxnet inflicted significant damage on the centrifuges of Iranian reactors. While widely speculated, there is no documented evidence or official acknowledgement from either the US or Israeli intelligence regarding its creation. Moving on to our fourth entry. In 2014, Home Depot fell victim to one of the most devastating cyber attacks. A staggering 56 million payment cards were compromised, along with the theft of 53 million customer email addresses. This security breach occurred between April and September 2014, with criminals suspected of using a third-party vendor's username and password to breach Home Depot's network. Subsequently, the attackers deployed custom-built malware on the self-checkout systems in the US and Canada. Now let's proceed to our top 3. The PlayStation gaming system, one of Sony's flagship products, faced a significant setback in April 2011. Sony executives detected abnormal activity on the PlayStation network, leading to the compromise of around 77 million PlayStation user accounts. Users of PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Portable consoles were unable to access the service, prompting Sony to shut down the PlayStation network on April 20th. On May 4th, Sony confirmed that personally identifiable information from all 77 million accounts had been exposed. The outage persisted for 23 days, during which Sony made almost daily announcements about the system's status. Ultimately, Sony invested approximately $170 million to enhance network security, investigate the attack, and cover the expenses of affected consumers. Now let's explore the second-to-last attack, which holds the second position. In May 2017, one of the most perilous cyber attacks unfolded, known as the WANCry ransomware attack, caused by the WANCry crypto worm. This attack targeted users utilizing unsupported versions of Microsoft Windows who had not installed the latest security update. Unlike other attacks, WANCry did not employ phishing. Instead, it exploited an exposed vulnerable SMB port. Originating in Asia, the attack swiftly spread globally, infecting over 200,000 computers across 150 countries within a day. The WANCry crypto worm locked users out of their systems and encrypted their data, demanding a ransom of $300 to $600 in Bitcoin for data retrieval. This attack had far-reaching consequences on both private and government organizations, resulting in damages ranging from hundreds of millions to billions of dollars within days. Microsoft's emergency patches and the discovery of a kill switch played crucial roles in halting the attack. Some security experts in certain countries suspected North Korea's involvement in this cyber assault. Now, let's unveil our top-ranked attack. Over 2 decades ago, in March 1999, the Melissa virus, a mass-mailing macro virus, wreaked havoc. Targeting Microsoft Word and Outlook-based systems, it propagated through emails that appeared as urgent messages. If recipients opened the email attachments, downloaded the document, and opened it with Microsoft Word, the virus would be released, subsequently mass mailing itself to the first 50 people in the victim's contact list. The Melissa virus disabled multiple safeguard features on Microsoft Word and Outlook. Although it didn't steal data or money, it caused substantial disruption, costing nearly $80 million in damages. Nearly 1 million email accounts worldwide were disrupted, leading to the overload and shutdown of some agencies. Internet traffic in certain locations was significantly slowed down. And with that, we conclude our exploration of the top 10 computer hacks of all time. We appreciate your presence, and if you know of any other intriguing computer hacks in history, please share them in the comments. Thank you.